So what do closing costs consist of? Huh? That's what we're going to talk about today. So a lot of people ask us, what closing costs consist of. So I am about to go over that with you guys and share that with you. So closing costs consist of the following items. You have number one, you got lender fees. So lender fees, that would be things like processing fees, underwriting fees for the loan. And those are fees that typically almost every lender has that. Okay. And then you're going to have other fees such as origination fee or discount points. Okay. And all of those are going to show up under this section that is circled here that says loan costs. Okay. So that's where you're going to see those items. The second type of fees is what we call property fees. And now these are things that you're going to need to pay for the actual house. So like the appraisal of the home, that's a requirement. That's anywhere from $550 to $750. The survey, maybe if you want to do an inspection on the house, or also any HOA fees for the property. The third item is title fees. So a title company is a company that's going to transfer ownership from the current owner to your name. And they're going to make sure there's no other liens or encumbrances. They're going to make sure there's nothing that can basically supersede your position on the property as the owner. So that's their job. Now, title company is going to charge you usually $450 to $750 to do all the paperwork and do the closing for you. They're also going to charge a title insurance policy that is usually paid by the seller. And then the buyer usually pays their portion of the title policy, which is, $150 to $500. And then you have the recording charges. If it's not recorded at the county, it's not really official by law. So recording charges, that's to record all the paperwork at the county. So when people look up who owns that property, they can see that you're the owner. Nobody else can try to sell it out from under you or something like that. Okay, so the total closing cost average, if you add all these things together, is about $3,500. And then you're going to have what we call prepaid expenses. Okay, so when you buy a home, you have to insure the house in case of fire, theft, storm, things like that. So that's called homeowners insurance. Lenders call it hazard insurance. Okay, so you're going to pay 1 year of insurance at the closing. I usually use an estimate of 0.85% of the price of the home to give me a good close estimate of what that might cost. Now, when you find your house, if it's a brand new home, it might be lower. If it's an older home, it might be higher. But this is just a guideline for you to use while you're home shopping, okay? Now, the funding of your escrow account, we collect 2 months of insurance and 3 months of property taxes. Okay, so that money goes into an escrow account for you and it's held there. And then every month as you make your payments, a portion of your payment will be put in that escrow account for your taxes and insurance. The third thing is HOA prorations from January 1st all the way through the closing date. So I'm sorry, HOA prorations from the closing date all the way to the end of the year. The seller gives you a credit for January 1st to your closing date. But HOA, so the HOA dues, whatever those are, you're going to pay your portion for the part of the year that you own it. Now, prepaid interest from the date of closing to the end of the month. So this is all what you call prepaids. An estimate total for prepaids is $3,500. Estimated total of closing costs that we talked about before was $3,500. So altogether, roughly, you're going to spend about $7,000 on closing costs. So that's in addition to your down payment. Okay, so your down payment, whatever that number is, 3.5% of the price of the home, or if you're putting 5% down, 10% down, 20% down, you can kind of calculate that based on the loan program that you're doing. So I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, give me a holler. Thank you guys. Bye.